got ourselves Thania over on the team one, ready to go as Outlaw first up, immediately pressing that adrenaline rush because that thing does not deplete while you're in stealth. West is going to be first up as a survival hunter, walking by the rogue, catches a wolf from him for a second, dropping down traps, has no idea the rogue is right behind him, does go for the stun. Thania, how much to go for the human Rachel? Immediate cheap shot, trying to maximize their opener in order to get the most amount of damage off the bat. Adrenaline rush still rolling in, building up a bit of resources. Marwessa taking big hits, but mostly avoiding a lot of that damage with a survival of the fittest. Thania with evasion, able to reduce a lot of this physical damage taken. It's going to be Thania reducing a lot of the cooldowns. Back stun onto Marwessa, not feeling all that good, does go for the turtle, as Thania is doing just fine, blasted out the pet, not going to let the pet out of sight, or Marwessa for that matter. Dance was used up. Used a lot of that dance for the between the eyes combos with the big pistols. Trying to get for a grapple. Big rush right after. Marwessa has no outs for this one. Let's go for a freezing trap. Oh, and does get ran right through with nerve. Trying to make sure to get an opener onto Thania. Goes in for a Cloak of Shadows with a reset immediately. As Thania was able to go, I think, for double vanish onto the hunter. Thania trying to use the lightest side. There is eyes available. Nerve Demon knows he's there, but he's not going to be able to get dots on the guy, which is unfortunate. Sabbed by the rogue, got himself a re-roll, will not have a adrenaline rush or anything, so either Thania is going to have to go or just not, or decided, you know what, I'm just not. Oh no, you do have a adrenaline rush. Caught himself out in the open to get himself that perma adrenaline rush for a second, and as long as you use your stealthy abilities aggressively, you should be able to basically maintain it at all times. Blind real quick to CC nerf, with almost a reset. Trinket to follow for Nerv, and Sabarskin could go for a trinket if he wanted to. Thania got himself full dance. That's a lot of between the eyes. Back to back with a cheap shot after. Got himself advantage to follow. That's a lot of continuous damage. Nerv needs to find a way out of this one. Trying to go for counter pressure until Thania. Look at shadows for the rogue. Thorns to follow. Nerv is using Nature's Vigil just to keep himself alive as best as possible. Backing away from Thania. Do they just melt to the dots? Hold on a second. Grappling over. Trying to end the duel as best as possible. That's still big killing for Nerv. We're the heart of the wild. Still trying to stay alive. Thania just fights right through the defenses, the heals, the damage, everything. But I think you just die anyway, right? Yeah, Makima. Use the human Rachel. I don't know if you really had to, because the dots were already set in. That was so rough. He just all in on the boomkin. That was rough. The amount of survivability Outlaw rogues have is just enough to fight all the dots of a boomkin, apparently. Is it going to be Leaf next? It is going to be Leaf next as a survival hunter versus a sub rogue. He should be aware the Makima did use a human Racial. No normal trinket is won by the rogue. If you Hunter's Mark him, you definitely want to Hunter's Mark him if you get a chance. There he goes. Definitely want to Hunter's Mark to know where the rogue is at all times. Force him to collect the shadows as early as possible. Goes in for evasion, trying to see if he can back away from the rogue. Cheap shot right after. Got yourself pretty big defensive. Makima trying to maximize the damage here. Feign death for a quickly for a leap for just a second, reducing damage even further. But he's trying to see if he can break away from the rogue, but he's not given any room to breathe at all. And Makima just tunnels the damage into the hunter, not giving him a chance whatsoever. I think he just kept the pressure rolling in, and that's what sub-rogues can do. If you just rotate, actually Makima had to rotate a lot of stuff for that. That's a double vanish just to get the kill. That was super aggressive. That was insane. The amount of damage you can do to sub is just bonkers. But that cooldown commitment is pretty big. Didn't have to cloak. I don't know how to evasion. They caught me off guard. Yeah, I didn't realize he would go to double evasion just to get those secret techniques and cooldowns back to back like that. Through a wall? Yeah, through a wall. But when they're vanishing, that's like they're getting the cooldowns back faster. It's just nuts. Makima trying to see if you have a go. Chicago switching over to Elemental. Are you doing the big one banger, Zelly? You are trying to. Cloak of Shadows from Makima. Stormkeeper, do you have yourself a big go? Hold on a second. Do you have it? There's gonna be burst. Wait a second. Do you have a go? Trying to make a go. Wait a second. Trying to do it. Big lava burst flying in. Zapper. Earth shock. You have another frost shock. Makima goes in for a kidney shot. Vanish to follow. Still dotted though. Wait a second. Chicago switch it over. Trying to see if they can play into that Stormkeeper setup. Maybe not the same bursty thing that I was thinking of, but still pretty decent. Not a lot of health available right now. Has to go for trinket. Maybe a wall. Earth shock. Lightning lasso. I think Makima is dead unless they live somehow. Wait a second. They're alive. They're alive. Hold on. How are they alive? I was going to say, how are they alive? There's a lasso tasing you. Every fiber of your body has electricity running through it. How are you alive? With coolness going to be up next. Immediately Cloak versus Chicago. I don't know if you have Burrow. You may want to use Burrow if you have it. Got him some full Guardian. The most amount of defenses. The most amount of healing. With Stormkeeper available very, very soon. Got some big Ascendants. Earth Shocks. Frost Shocks should be able to slow down the rogue, hopefully. If you got the Frost Shocks going in particular. Oh, cheap shot to follow. That's rough. That is so rough. The amount of CC Rogues got, it's kind of nuts. Cold is trying to see if he can back out, but I think Web's trying to see if he can set him with slow too, yeah? Maybe. That's how I like to play Sub. Just all full CDs in. It is ridiculous just how much burst Sub Rogue can do if they just commit. It is crazy. It's just, it's off the wall. That cooldown reduction thing is massive. Like, the only spec that really plays with cooldown reduction, I guess if you don't count mages, because of the shooting power and whatnot, is Outlaw. And even then, like, for us, it's kind of like, it's pretty solid. Like, cooldown reduction is kind of massive. Defensively, offensively, CC, utility, mobility. It's huge. But for Sub to get some of the biggest bursts, especially with the rework, the big burst cooldowns are so strong right now that cooldown reduction to get those things slightly faster is massive. But Coldest and Web are gonna have to be looking for one another. Cole behind on some cooldowns a little, no Vanishing for a while, so he's not gonna be aggressively looking for Web. In fact, he'd rather really avoid him as best as possible, switching over to the Wound Poison to make it really difficult for Web to get any kind of healing if he does catch him. But for Web, he could be going a little bit aggressive here. Eyes are up on either side, and I think he has a bit of a quite an advantage with the fact that he has vanishes and everything, so you can always reverse it onto Cool, unless Cool somehow just had himself the all-in one-shot combo. Without Blades for 15 seconds, doubt it, but depending how long this stealthy match goes, he might even stand a chance. Web looking for at every angle, every crevice, not looking for the eyes, but trying to find Cool, who's just actually chilling. Iconic to his name. His Cool's the cucumber hanging out on the bridge. He doesn't gotta go nowhere. He's just fine. Checking out the ramps, checking out the cobblestone, but he's really liking the ramps as well as that bridge. He loves that bridge. Web, if he's scouting the bridge, maybe he finds him. But look at him, he's literally scouting every pixel, every corner. He's going back and forth. He's like a Roomba. He's hoovering up. He's trying to find this rogue. He has got himself a pathing, but he barely misses the guy. He didn't even know. He had no idea. He's looking for him so carefully. Literally a Roomba. Phantom Knives finds him immediately. Wait a second, that's such a perfect fan. Oh man, maybe the Roomba strat was the play. Oh, blind onto Cool, does drink it out of immediately. There's an opportunity for Web to have a go. Vanish out for Cool, still dotted. Sepsis onto Web, blind to follow. Cool trying to make sure he gives himself a proper opener. Oh, he's in stealth. Not gonna be. Oh, Sap? He actually gets a Sap? No way. Web has a trinket, so you could use it here if you wanted to. Blind and trinket are out for Cool. Does immediately trinket, turns around with the kitten shot into Cool. Full set of go. Sepsis going through the rogue's body. Secret Technique barely does the damage though for some reason. I don't even know how Cool resisted a lot of damage he was taking. Did it pre-feed or something? I don't think so, right? Step doesn't quite get it. Disarm right now. Smoke Bomb doesn't really let him out of sight at all. Web just keeps stabbing the guy, just plunging the blades into his gut. Back-to-back cheap shot, maybe reversal by Cool. This got himself a little bit of cooldowns. Steps to follow. Web with a feint, trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. Gouge into Cool. I don't know if he has a go on his own. I don't know if he got kitten shot, he got a dance. Maybe there's an opportunity. Got himself a big sepsis. Or secret technique rather. Cheap shot. Another stun. Cold blood. You just want to stab away. Cold, do you have a go? Oh, both of them so low. Both of them are so low. Cheat kitten shot. Web still had a cheat down. Hold on a second. Short SDR. Wait a second. Oh, Web does kill. Does land the kill. But surprisingly, Meat. Oh yeah, he's not gonna let you. He's not gonna let you out of his sight. I don't blame Meat at all. He just wants to fight Stony, dude. He doesn't want to fight this rogue business. He just wants to go mano a mano. My man Stony, immediate trinket from Meat, got himself full wings, war stomp really quickly. Stony taking huge hits, also playing normal wings. Nobody's crusading. They're just normal paladin wings in with double bubble, double wings. Both of them are just an immunity, a bit of a standstill. Stony does have him set up. Next stun is going to be huge. Next guy who got the most amount of damage is going to be massive. Blind really quick for Meat. Marcus Stony also goes in for blind as well. They're just matching each other on cooldowns. Whoever hits the hardest is honestly going to be the winner. Stony landing the stun, but the wings fell off. Got himself a wall maybe a little early. Meat takes huge hits back to back. Does he have a stun of his own steering glare? Might give Stony the victory. Oh, I actually think it did. I think going for the blind, Meat was not able to land a Hodge on the Stony. Couldn't lock him down. Does get the kill. Oh my goodness. That was so good. I love the Paladin Brawl at the end, dude. We had these rogue matches with stealth back to back, and then a good old brawl to finish it. Love it. Let's get us another one going.